Hey guys, happy Friday. It is Friday. So happy about the fact that it's Friday. I literally just changed Monroe and I thought, oh, I should probably share what happened yesterday. I thought you guys might get a kick out of it, might find it interesting. I found it a bit unnerving. So if you watched yesterday's video, if you haven't, you can go back and watch that. But essentially I took Monroe out for a walk. I installed, because I had mentioned I needed to install the car seat base in my just recently purchased new vehicle. So I wanted to get that all set up. So I thought, what a great way just to kind of make, a nice little trip out and take her for a walk, enjoy, you know, the gorgeous weather that we were having yesterday, because it was so nice, you guys. It was like, I think it topped out at like above 80 degrees by the time the end of the afternoon had passed, which is, it's unusual, but yet it's not for our area this time of year, because we have these really wide swings of temperature and it could snow tomorrow. So that's literally how it goes. And today it rained last night, and then it stayed pretty, I don't know, reasonable. It's not super cold. It's not going to drop in temperature significantly, I think, until tomorrow. Right now I think it's like 65 degrees out, but it's cloudy and it's kind of like meh, more typical of what weather we would have right now. But anyways, I took advantage of it, wanted to take her out. Many of you had asked how, like, I've talked over and over and over again about how much I really love the safety and, I don't know, the design of the Orbit Baby car seat system itself, let alone, you guys obviously know I love my stroller, but the car seat system and the base and how sturdy it is, and it doesn't move, it's like a rock. I wanted to show you how I installed that, which I did yesterday. So if you're curious, I would totally, and I will probably most likely when my daughters have babies, get them that system, because I think it's just so safe. But anyway, so I took her for a walk, and it was it's a Thursday early afternoon. Nobody should be out and about necessarily. So it's like, I figured it was a good time of day to like be peacefully left alone, so to speak. I was wrong. So I had a bit of an encounter that I wanted to share with you guys. I mean, I can laugh about it now, but yesterday I felt it was quite uncomfortable when it had happened. And when I left off in how I ended the video yesterday, someone was pulling into the parking lot where I parked my car, and I parked off in the side, way off, like not where someone would pull in and park to go. It's a church parking lot. And it's one of my favorite neighborhoods to walk around in, because I used to live there. And it's just so peaceful, and it's beautiful, and it's quiet. And when I first got there, there was one car parked there, and they were like pacing around the parking lot, talking on their phone, talking about somebody, I don't know whether it was perhaps a worker of the church, because eventually by the time I got back from the walk, they were inside. The car was still there. So my guess is it's probably someone who works there. But as I was ending the video, a car had slowed down, and it seemed odd to me. You know how your spidey senses kind of tingle and they kind of perk up? Like, okay, this feels off. Well, because I was parked in like the far corner away, like the farthest away from the church itself, and under, like, it was shaded under a tree, which was purposeful because I didn't want to get in an extremely hot car after my walk. And the person kind of, as I was ending the video, had slowed down and kind of was gawking at me, I guess you could say. And so I just kind of went on my business, went on my way. I noticed they kind of slowly slowed down and paused and then pulled into the parking lot. And I was just kind of undoing I was getting it, Monroe put it back in the car. Basically, I had put the car seat back in the car, and the person kind of slowly strolled up behind me because I had my back to them. And it startled me because I didn't even realize. I guess I was just, as long as I wasn't seen filming, videoing, because I thought maybe that's what caught the person's attention. And they at first pulled up like they were going to pull into a parking spot, like over by where the other person was parked. And then they came over by me. And that's what gave me the, I don't think this feels right feeling. I don't know. And then I had already put Monroe in the car seat, but the stroller frame was still out. And they pulled up, and it was a woman, sunglasses. I don't know how old the person was. And she said, "Oh my gosh, I love your stroller. I just wanted to tell you." And I thought, "Oh, that's normal. That's fine." And I'm like, "I worried for nothing. No worries." And I thanked her, of course. And I get that I have a bit of a flashy kind of stroller that kind of stands out. And that, because I had mentioned this before when I talked about my stroller, you don't see those strollers really in our area. I've never seen another Orbit Baby stroller in this area ever. Like, it's just not common. The Duna definitely is common. That's probably one of the most common upscale type of strollers that people use in my area, but not this system. So I thought, oh, how lovely, and she complimented it. And I said, oh, because I had asked her, I'm like, can I help you? I was a little bit meek because I didn't know what to expect, and it made me feel weird. And she said, oh, and I was hoping to also, I wanted to peek at your baby. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I've just put her in, she's sleeping. And I just kind of brushed her off. And that's what made me feel uncomfortable. That's what made it feel weird, because it's like, okay, you can compliment the stroller and say you wanted to come over and say how lovely the stroller is. That's fine. But like, it was but I would like to see your baby comment, like with some sort of expectation. You guys, people are so weird when they get around newborns or people with newborns. And now if like, she doesn't know obviously that Monroe was a doll, right? But set aside the fact that someone wanted to say, yeah, your stroller is really pretty, but the fact that they'd want to ask to see your child, who is now safely stowed in my car, which was already running, and I just had to put my stroller frame in the back, not a trunk area, it's an SUV, but like, it was just very unexpected. Like, sorry, no, I'm not going to let you peek at my baby. I'm not going to pull my baby out so you can, like, that would make me, if I was a new mom, like, I know she's a doll, but this is like, this person didn't know that. So if I were alone, I'm out and about doing whatever by myself, and someone's asking to see my baby after they know they've seen me put her, she's in a car seat, she's installed or put back into the back seat of the car. Like, honestly, I don't know. It just felt like very, what's the word? It seemed not like a reasonable request to me. I don't know. It just seemed odd. And it literally made my anxiety, like, it was like it peaked. Like, I just was like, ooh, gotta get out of here. Like, that fight or flight feeling was like, okay, this is uncomfortable. This is not normal. Like, if I were a young mom, that's not something some stranger, and it's nobody I know. It's literally a perfect stranger. Nobody should approach any young mother or person with a child in tow to ask to see your baby. Like, that just doesn't feel right to me. You guys can tell me your thoughts. Like, would that have bothered you, or is that kind of like, man, that's normal, that's how people are around babies? To me, it just felt really, really weird and uncomfortable, and I just had that, ooh, no, uncomfortable, and I would feel unsafe. If she were a living baby, it probably would have sent me even more that fight or flight, get out of there feeling. I don't know. She seemed fine, but it was I don't know how to describe it, but the way she asked, like, if she wanted to have a peek at my baby, no. It was like all of my no, and those internal bells that like go bling, 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 like, get out of there. That was the feeling that it gave me. And she was a doll. Imagine if it were a newborn, a living newborn, like, how that would have made someone feel. I don't know. It just felt super strange. You guys tell me. I don't know. I was like, should I even share it? Because it's kind of silly because nothing happened. But it made me feel like, oh, I don't know what it is about having a baby out and about, but people are like just magnets towards them. I don't know. Maybe it's just because maybe she's older. I couldn't tell because she had sunglasses on, right? Like it's hard to tell because I really was not trying to make a whole lot of eye contact and have a full on conversation with her. I don't know. I'm probably overthinking it, but I don't know. I was thinking in the sense of like a young mother on their own and someone approaches them and wants to see their baby. Just doesn't seem like it feels right to me. Again, share your thoughts in the comments below. I really want to know what your thoughts are on it because to me it just, yeah, I don't know. But typical, when I want it to be like, you know, an outing, I'm quickly just cleaning her eyes, by the way. This is how I do it. Her eyes are like perfect, but she gets little hairs in them occasionally just from, I think, dust. And I like to make sure that they're just bright, shiny. Like, I don't know, like the amazing way that this doll has held up over the years is just incredible. Like her eyes are perfect because I know some artists are known for their eyes get all gummy and gooey and weird. Hers are just so perfect, so clean. There's no gooiness. There's no buildup of dust because there's no like clump of like type of glue that glues her eyes are glued in. You can see that around the rim, you can kind of see a little like that's the rim, but it's clear of where they're glued in and secured, but like there's no gooiness because her eyelashes are rooted so nicely. They occasionally get a little out of sorts and I have to kind of straighten them out. But other than that, like her eyes just stay so perfect. I don't know. The quality of a Claire Taylor baby is just phenomenal. And that's really all I ever have to do with her. And she hasn't been powdered in forever. Doesn't need it. But anyways, again, back to my feelings on what happened yesterday. It was just a very odd encounter. It made me feel uncomfortable, and usually my gut instincts are dead on. Like they are so spot on when I feel like something is awry or doesn't seem right. So I always kind of listen to my gut. But you guys feel free to share your thoughts and if you would have been bothered by that. I'd be curious to know. But anyways, little Monroe is in this white Bowie made sleeper. You guys know this is like my favorite brand because it's going to get a bit chilly here. So I just wanted to put her in the lightweight sleeper, but still a sleeper. I don't know. I love this brand and how soft it is. And sorry for the noise in the background. That's my washer running. And then I also put just a delicate little headband on with it because why not? I'm in a headband era with her, you guys. I mentioned this in yesterday's video. I am totally in a headband era with this baby lately, and I just love her in headbands of all sorts. Not with the exception of those giant big ones like those, is it Jamie Kay who has those giant big ones that you have to tie yourselves when they comes and the band is so wide. I can't deal with that. I think those are meant for like older babies, I would say. That would be my thoughts. But yep, I thought this would be perfect for the weather that we're having, the swing in temperature. But doesn't she look so cute in white? I love her in white, creams. I mean, I'm quite lucky because she really looks nice in any color. So I'm pretty fortunate that she is able to wear any color. And of course, I love that her little diaper pattern. You can see through. That's how light and airy this fabric is, though. It's just so nice, and it's so soft to the touch when you pick her up and hold her wearing it. It's also why I love it so much. But anyways, guys, okay, I'll stop rambling now, but I'm so happy it's Friday. Please give me your thoughts on how that situation would have made you feel. I'm just curious, and now I'm like, ugh, if I go back there, is that someone who lives in the area? Like, I don't know. Yeah, so anyways, enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you have a great start to your weekend, and we'll see you very soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.